and Gary, the Bronx angle to this, I mean, lost in all of this, we don't want to lose sight of it, is that this is the chairman of the Republican Party for Bronx County, and his predecessor, Guy Villela, had his problems as well.
Well, aside from the brazenness of the allegations, you have to really look at what influence the Republican Party has on Bronx politics, and frankly, it's not a heck of a lot. This is a party that doesn't have one elected official in the Bronx and has not had it for years, and the one elected official that they did have was Guy Villela, who himself went to jail and, of course, now is deceased. So in terms of affecting Bronx politics, not a whole lot is happened right here. In terms of the seriousness of the allegations and the implications of what it means for the political system in general, as relates to the Senate, the City Council, and the politics as a whole, of course, it's quite serious. I don't know how literally we should take the transcripts that we saw in the newspaper today, and maybe we were reading into it a little too much, but the comments that this is how politics works in the city, I'd almost suggest that we do a plea deal with the councilman, and if he really knows that this is how politics goes in the city,
do tell.
I'd like to know a lot more. Or is it just this one crazy idea that he was suggesting this is how politics goes? If it is how politics goes in the city, I'd like to know a heck of a lot more about it.
What's your sense of it, though? I mean, reading that, I read that in the complaint, and I remember being struck by the idea that I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I've just seen too many people who are working very, very hard.
You know what is interesting in relation to that? This is the fourth senator that's involved in one of these independent coalitions. Well, of course, in this case, it's still an allegation, whereas the other three have gone down. I think it starts to question the motives. Now, we don't want to, paint a blanket over everybody involved, but it starts to question the motives of those involved in these independent coalitions, the last two that we've had, and say, gee whiz, are you really in it because you want to reform Albany, or are you in it for your own advancement?
Yeah. For me, the red flag is people say, I want to get things done. And it's like, well, what are those things, and for who? And, and there's usually not a whole lot of follow-up to that. They just say, I want to work across the aisle to get things done.
And literally half of the 8 who have been involved are now, 3, of course, have been convicted, and the other one now in serious allegations.
They got some things done.